And we're live, I think. So thank you for attending to this campaign once again. This is Chronicles of Anoren number 11. The title of this game was Lords of Brimkeep, but we'll see about that. Who are those Lords of Brimkeep? Tonight I am in good company of Jason, Brandon, Joseph, and David. So maybe you guys would like to say a few words before beginning the game about your characters, your channel, your niche interests at the moment. Go ahead, go right ahead.
All right, I'll go first. Right now, I'm reading this book right here. That's my niche interest, Song of Ice and Fire, role-playing game, just to get a little more broad exposure. And I'm playing Sadithi, who is a Tinder, which are like cat people. She's a girl, and she climbs.
All right, David, maybe?
Okay, I'm going to be playing Lathan, who is a merchant of somewhat questionable repute, with a heart of gold, of course, and but gold is one of his favorite things, so that's also questionable. And I've got a channel, David Sims, and right now we're doing focusing on a supers campaign, which Sebastian, our illustrious GM, is part of. And that's about it.
Yeah, watch out for that El Cuervo character. It's quite something. Joseph, maybe? JP?
My channel's Spontroden. Recently I've been doing more reviews of all the different systems I've been playing over the past few months, which is a lot of them, so there's a lot of videos to make on that. Not reviews, but like recaps and things. I'm playing Izado, who is a Swordban, which follows the Calming Wind, which is a religion about inner peace and inner strength kinds of things, and she started her own school. She is a winged woman of death with an undead army, practically, which kind of just happened.
And Brandon?
Hi, I'm Brandon. Right now, my current sort of RPG mood is just going through with gonzo weirdness. I basically started trying to play all these, D20 games like D&D and like these Palladium games with the riffs nonsense, and still trying to make really interesting and funny characters with these really wacky systems. And beyond that, my character that I'm playing is Ephmira, the desert sorceress and wild mage, who communes with nature and sort of is trying to fight back against the invading army the best she can without blowing herself up.
Of course. Yeah, man, this wild magic table I did just for your character is amazing. It's doing magic.
It is.
Literally. Okay, so 2 games ago, this group composed of Layton, Izado, Ephmira, Chennai, and some other important NPC like Parn, the Overwatch trainee or intern, and Asan, the somewhat revived undead that pledged his life to Izado, and several other Minari rider, among which 2 went missing last game because of self-sacrifice action. I believe the one remaining man of these Minaris is called Makonnen or something like that. Is that correct, Brandon?
I think that was it, yeah.
Okay, so he's in Nebahin, and he's the last remaining of your guys. They're quite fragile.
Mm-hmm.
So it was decided the last game that this small group of adventurers would attempt to cross the heart of Anoren, the most warm and hot desert in all the lands, and try to cross the desert to reach this city called Brimkeep, who everybody know have a standing army, and they could probably help quite a bit the current siege that is happening in the capital of Karali. So you pretty much decided to go on this route. Before we begin, maybe with the ongoing events of your adventure, did Izado wanted to discuss something with Efmira? If I remember correctly, there was maybe decisions to be made, and am I correct with that, Chepe?
Yes. There's something that she wanted to talk to Mira about.
Okay,
Alright.
so maybe we could start with both of you in a Minari camp. The Minaris currently in your company are the tribe of Efmira. This tribe have no name, and Brandon will find a kick-ass name for this tribe of his.
I think I already named them before,
Okay.
like a few weeks ago.
Okay, could you remind me of this?
Yeah, I named them the Crab Star tribe.
Crabstar, yeah, that's right. So yeah, you're in the company of this tribe. So I would start with maybe Hefmira coming into your tent, Izado, and we'll start from there. Do you want to have Saditi and Leighton present?
That would probably be for the best.
Okay. So Hefmira, you're coming into the tent. You were summoned by Izado to have a private meeting with your fellow companion. So go ahead.
Izado, I'm not. Probably it's like an average tribe setup, right? The average. So
Yeah.
she's sitting up, and you can tell that she's holding out her falchion, which isn't normal, and she's swaying it back and forth, practicing in different positions when you come in.
You summoned me? She sort of just walks into the tent.
Oh, Mira. Yes. Yes. Please forgive me. And she sheathes her falchion. Please, did you bring the others?
Yes, they're right behind me. She kind of welcomes the two of you into the tent, like kind of folding it open with her arm.
I'll kind of duck in and immediately look for someplace comfortable to sit.
There's probably not much of furniture and maybe some pillows, but that's it. It's a traveling affair, so the tent must be easily folded and taken away.
It's very sparse.
Very sparse, yeah.
Okay, I'll kind of frown as I kind of pat around like a circling around looking for a nice spot, and then once I am not satisfied that there is, I'll kind of sigh, and then I'll kind of stand there and fold my arms.
And Sadithi follows right behind you, and she's also looking for a place where she can lay down and sleep. And she doesn't have any qualms about just curling up in one of the corners and just laying down and sleeping.
Excellent. I would like to add that this encounter by pure chance, meeting the Crabstar tribe by pure accident after your chase the last time, and for some reason Saditi just at one point appeared and just met with you guys at some point, and there she is, one of your fellow adventurers. This world is small.
It's nice to have both familiar and unfamiliar faces, I suppose. She looks at Sadithi.
Yes, it is good to see you again as well, but I do not know about this tent. It has a peculiar smell.
Huh. No, I apologize.
It's probably, she unravels her wings a bit, her black wings kind of shaking. You see little drips of liquid coming off. I'm afraid the
Yes.
smell of sweat and feathers, never quite pleasant.
I did not say it was not pleasant. I merely said peculiar, yes.
I've never been told that my smell when I'm performing my exercises to be pleasant. That is a form of flattery not even Lathan is capable of.
Enough of all the pleasantries. Can we please get down to brass tacks as it is?
Of course, Lathan, you remember the agenda at hand, I'm sure.
Well, as I turn to Ephmira, I say, but there must be some specifics that I'm not aware of, perhaps.
I remember we discussed it, did we?
Yes. Brimkeep has the greatest army. If they were to flank from the other side, and she grasps the hilt of her falchion while she's saying this, she's like ripping really tight, pricking her nails into her skin, probably causing herself to bleed, like she's hating the words when she says it, will probably undo their army. But there is another idea. As you know, I'm rather desperate in situations like these, and a thought has come to me, one that is risky, but if it was to be pulled off, we could buy ourselves enough time for the army to possibly reach the siege in time to flank them.
What did you have in mind? I kind of look a little nervous because you seem very stressed, so it's sort of on my face. You can see this sort of worrying creeping across my face.
You can see her eyes as she starts tearing up a bit. She grabs your shoulders. I may have to ask you to go on a death warrant again, my friend.
What do you mean? She sort of like looks at you with these like bright eyes, like almost innocent, like she's not sure what you're speaking about.
Lathan, what's the most important commodity to an army? I mean, I'm sure you've bought and sold and traded in this area more than any other.
I say besides their arms, then I would say food and water.
And particularly water. They may have been supplied from the north on our way to Brimkeep. There are two tribes that are in between us and them, and one of them is yours. Possible, even though it may be a risky attempt. If you were to lead a hit-and-run expedition of some variety up to cut off one of the supply lines, particularly water, they would run out very quickly. Soldiers on water do not last, especially not in a siege, and especially not in the desert.
And you think I should do this? She sort of
You are
looks.
the leader of the tribe, are you not?
I'm not sure if it's very common for the Maniri to even practice like warfare, much less guerrilla warfare. So I'm not sure if we'd be familiar with such tactics. But what I'm trying to explain, what I say in characters, I sort of say, I am not the type to hit or run. You see, I do not. You want me to fight them, to attack their supplies, but I am not the type to go rushing in and smacking them, and she holds up her staff. Do you want me to hit them with? Do you want me to use my magic to do something? I'm not sure what you expect me to do, but I am not someone who can fight an army on my own
And
without great risk to myself. You have seen
I
how painful this magic is for me.
I raise a finger kind of sternly and place it along the side of the bridge of my nose, and I say, and let us not be mistaken that our past exploits, fantastic and heroic as they may be, do not exactly equate to our skill as warriors.
Just a quick question, Jason. Do you see the chat in your app? I'm guessing
don't,
not.
Sorry, I don't. Sorry, no. I meant to.
Okay.
I meant to say that. Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to add a little something. When Izado spoke of sending Efmira on a mission, you had a flash of a possible future where you saw Efmira being impaled by a Severian blade, gore everywhere, pain, so much pain.
Okay. I do not have a good feeling about your suggestion for these plans. This is not. This will not lead to a good outcome.
You see, I think I know my own limits. This is beyond me. Her voice sort of wavers.
It was a shot in the dark, as is Brimkeep. I merely suggested it to buy the army time. It will still take time even for their armies to get there, and that's only if they're willing immediately to set out after we convince them. Again, I will do nothing less than but what you wish, oh my friend, as are all of you. I merely wished to give that suggestion. It was a plan made in haste.
With your newfound strategic skill, there is something to be said. This mission you have in mind could still be put into motion even if Efmira is not there to command the mission. Of course, Efmira is one of your trusted friends, but she may be not the ideal Minari leader to even pull off this ideas of yours. So maybe if her tribe could be could gain your trust enough, or maybe if Mira could talk to her people, maybe this plan of yours could bear fruits, you know.
If you could just talk to them, discuss, see what they're capable of.
Alright, I will ask them if they think they could perform such a task.
One supply of water could very easily buy them a week, 2 weeks, who knows. Soldiers holding up a siege requires resources. You can cut the most precious of them off. Their men will wane. The city has supplies. The siege has to be supplied from outside.
Yes,
It's a matter of time.
I understand the importance of the resources of nature in all things, even in war. I will see if they are willing to perform such a task, but if not, we should focus on Brimkeep.
Dude, even with that, it's still Brimkeep that is to be the savior of the Queen and of the Empire.
Yes, it might be our only chance.
So you would like to talk to your people, I guess, after that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So of course your character automatically have good reaction with them. So they listen to you. They nod their heads, and in the end they understand the complexity of the complexity of the situation, but also the risk. But they are willing to do it because the payoff of that is saving the queen, saving the current dynasty. Maybe there is not enough, not necessarily money to be made out of this, but maybe there is some reputation to be gained, or maybe some advantageous position, maybe some favor they could cash in later on.
I don't need to like roll my allies or anything like that, right? Or
Yeah.
is it assumed because they're already here that it's not really a factor?
Yeah. So Makonnen, the Ebahin, who is part of the Waning Star tribe, he will propose to help your tribe in doing these skirmishes to cut the supply line, if you'd like to. But otherwise, his mission is to protect you and do as you say. So.
No, that sounds like a good idea. I think he should go with them. Yeah.
Okay.
If he suggests that, I would agree. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You just propose it because you have military background a little bit.
Oh, good. Because the idea is that I don't have a military background, so yeah. I would obviously, especially if he says that, I would say yes. You should lead the attack. Izato has come up with this plan, and I would trust you more than myself to lead the attack.
Okay. So then it is settled. I'm gonna take a note here, a note that I will call Izato's plan. I'm gonna do my devious GM once again and roll a secret roll on Izato's skill, because Izato will give instruction, and let's cut to that scene where Izato's giving orders or direction or instruction to the Crab Stars tribe. And your skill in strategy is how much?
My skill in strategy is... Skill in strategy is 14.
14? Okay. So you're gonna give instruction depending on how good or bad they are. I'm gonna tweak your skill a little bit, and then I'm gonna roll a secret roll and then do the poker face.
All right. Perfect. I'm guessing this is out, not in the tent.
Yeah, you're outside and you're surrounded by the Crab Star people. There is Makonnen, there is Chennai and Parn, close enough, and there is Hassan too. But Hassan is more worried about your security, so he's watching around you and
I told Hassan to get a little bit back away from me because he'll probably bring it out a bit.
The Minari understood that pretty fast, so you have like 5 yards of empty space around you at all times. So yeah, you're in front of these strangers. You haven't met them, and there is an awkward pause as they just wait for you to say something. Do you have any skill that you could use to better relay your instruction, like public speaking, bard?
I have diplomacy.
You have diplomacy? Okay. I would ask you then to roll a default, maybe.
Okay. Oh,
roll against your either IQ -5 or politics -5 if you have the skill.
I don't think I have politics, so it's IQ -5.
Okay, let's go for the clarity of your speech.
All right. So Just double check. Alright, so my IQ minus 5 is 8. And it is a 10, so I failed by 2.
By how much?
2.
2? Alright. Alright, so they listen to you, but it's like while you speak, there is always like background noises, like other people speaking, so and your voice doesn't seem to carry far away. But you do the best you can, so so there is one Minari in front of you, and he's like, okay, what should we do now?
I turn to Evmira. Where's Evmira?
Oh, I'm sort of standing by your side, and I'm sort of attempting to, like, as you're speaking, I'm sort of trying to attempt to, like, clarify anything that you're saying. Like, oh yes, if your diplomacy would falter in any way, I would try to sort of back you up. Like, I would be, near you, and if I notice that they don't seem to be paying attention, I would attempt to sort of try to keep them at attention, basically.
Okay. So you would like to help as best as you can, Izado? Is that correct?
If yeah, I would love to. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any skill you think that could help with that?
I have my newly advanced public speaking, although
Oh,
I'm not sure.
That's genius.
I'm not sure if that would help or not, but I'd like to use that if possible. If not, I have other skills, I think. But
Okay. Could you roll that?
I'll use that one. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and roll. That is 1, 2, 3, so 5, 6, and my skill is 13. So that's like pretty well
Okay.
under
So
700.
basically, when Izado speak and people start to get unfocused or not paying attention, your voice rise above the crowd, and you capture their attention back to the subject.
Like if Izado is like, we must do this for the tribe.
Yes.
I'm like, we must do this for the. I'm like
Yeah,
basically
exactly,
echoing,
exactly.
I'm echoing what she's saying, and I'm just doing it much louder and with more energy.
Exactly. So the instruction will be clear. Okay. So Chepe, Izado, is she have any specifics about the mission?
Yes. Yeah, she turns to Hakonen. Have you learned of anyone else who has military expertise?
Yes, yes, madame. There is a lot of these Star Tribe, Crab Star Tribe, who are good men. They know what they are doing, madame.
She tips her hoodie down a little bit more at being addressed in any political matter whatsoever. As any political high, she's not used to giving orders of any sort.
Yeah.
But she used to train the patrols of those around the temple, so she knows what she's doing. Or at least that's what she's telling herself right now. I need you. We need you. You are aware of our plan to go to Brimkeep, are you not?
Yes, we are, ma'am. Yes, we are.
Brimkeep has the army that would stop the siege. We have the ability, I believe, to convince them. But we need time. As you know, an army moves slow. Moving an entire army across the desert, even to flank, is not going to be a quick matter. Which means we need to slow down the siege. There are 2 tribes on our way between the capital and Brimkeep, among which is you find children of the Prophet here, and she tries to bolster the fact that she said children of the Prophet. And then she just kind of turns to Efmira to hopefully say it after.
Children of the Prophet! And she sort of just raises her arms.
Excellent.
Are you not Minari?
Yeah. Have you anything more to ask of them?
Yes. Well, she was going to try to convince them first, telling them that she has learned of the truth of the Stanzone prophet, that
Okay.
Minari is basically
So
persuasion first, then get into the tactics.
you can read in their faces that they are somewhat hesitant to do it, but they will do it. And you don't know where this loyalty comes from, but they will do it.
All right.
They seem like they have a certain wildness in their eyes.
You need to divide yourselves in parties of 20 and 30. Segment your men in a way that will split any defenses that you'll come across. Spend 6, if not 8 days, first knowing the patrols of the camps that you encounter. See which way the paths are traveling. They are heading north. They are in between here and Brimkeep. You do not have all that much land to survey. The trade routes, they will be guarded, but they will be predictable. When you've known their patrols, you attack multiple sides. You make sure, if at all possible, never to get too close with 2 or 3 parties from one side. Make sure to use those to drive away the defenses while the others come in stealthily to sabotage the supply lines. Go for the water. Always go for the water. It will slow them down the most, it will hurt them the most. And if you can, steal it for yourselves.
All right. Makonnen raises his hand during. He waits for the end of the instructions, and while the other are taking notes and start to cheer, and they start to get pumped up. There is a movement among themselves. They auto motivate themselves to do this crazy task. And some of them are chest bumping, and the other are two of them are even head butting, just to give them some testosterone.
I turned to Efmira. Efmira, could you calm down for 1 second, please?
Yes. I sort of give them the hand motion, like.
Yeah. They calm down. They calm down.
The most experienced of men lead each group of 20 or 30. Do not give yourselves away when you're looking at a patrol. Do not close in if you are among the 2 or 3 groups that distract the defenses. And above all, do not let the group that is to sneak into the camp to steal or sabotage the water be known. Come in from around. Wait a few days on the other side to flank.
And Efmira probably repeat what you just have said.
Mm-hmm.
And then the men react to that like, yeah. It's a smart plan. It's a smart plan. Yeah.
The experienced, the most calm-headed among you need to lead. It is stealth, it is quickness that will be your ally.
The stealth and quickness of the wind shall guide you.
The wind!
What I'm doing
here the word.
when I'm repeating it, I'm almost adding in metaphors.
Yeah, you're embellishing the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wind, swiftness of the wind. They will never see us coming.
The wind is also calm. She tries to retort.
So Makonnen approach you, Izado, and he have his hand like this.
Yes.
Excuse me. These missions we will do are extremely dangerous.
Yes, we are all risking our lives here. You must understand.
Yes. I would like to ask maybe for something that appears good to me. And he points to a San right next to Izado. This one is very strong. He could be very helpful. I saw what he did with Leighton, with the merchant, while we were chased by the Severian. This one is fearless. I'm not even sure he's human. He could be so helpful to the whole operation. And we will need all the men we can, right?
Of course. I turn in and I place my hand on him, if he'll let me.
Of course.
You're aware that I'm a Sorban.
You're talking to Asan or
Makonnen.
Makonnen. Makonnen, okay. I trust in what you say. I would just feel more safe with a guy like him in our ranks.
I would completely agree with you. But I need you to make sure that he is only in your group and your group alone. He is never to leave your sight. I care for him.
Yes, all right. And Asan, look at you with doubtful eyes. He doesn't seem to get what is going on.
Can you do something important for me, Asan?
Yes.
You have always been so pleasant around me.
I only wish to serve. Just say the word. Who do you want me to kill?
When he starts speaking, I step like sideways, like an inch, like.
Your public speaking composure disappear for a moment.
Yeah, I start like sliding away.
Is his body deteriorating at all?
Sometimes he doesn't have a pleasant smell. Yeah, you're not sure. You didn't check.
Asan,
Yes.
I need you to listen to me. This man is Makonnen. You've seen him before.
Yes.
I need you to protect him as you would protect me. If he tells you to kill a Severian, do so without haste. If he tells you to be quiet, be quiet. Be as still as if you were dead.
Okay.
I'm sure it will not be difficult.
I will do as you say.
Turns to Makonnen. He will follow you.
Excellent. I can only thank you. And he does the little reverence, nod with a. He's bowing to you.
And she, as he's bowing, she tries to lean over him just a bit, picks him up, tries to get close to him, tries to look him near the eyes. Remember, strength is on the inside. It is not by the force of men. It is by the calmness of your mind and how clear your thoughts are that this mission would be success. Keep peace within yourself as we try to keep peace within this nation.
He look at you into the windows of your soul, and he understands something extra on the whole situation, like you teach him something, like he's like, okay, I'll do that.
Do not act with haste. I'm counting on you. Involve your tribe if you can.
I will. So with that, we cut to the moment you leave camp. All on. They all gave you mounts if you didn't have any. Either Minari horses or camels. On your choose between the two. And the moment when you leave the camp, Hassan is just found following you, Izado, like he's walking beside you, and he's leaving camp with you, like adjusting his cloak, and people moving out of his way, like not wanting to do anything with this person, this creature. And you understand that he didn't get the whole you will stay here at the camp and help Makonnen, you know. He's still at your side and he's walking. So what are you doing?
Hassan,
Yes.
you need to be with Makonnen for a while. Wait for me.
I remember. I must protect him too and kill Sevarians.
Yes. For now.
Yes. And he's still walking.
Can that does not mean be with me.
Okay. And he continued to walk.
Looks back at Lathan. Do you think there's any chance?
I'm sort of mounting my horse and like trying not to make eye contact with Hassan. So I'm just sort of like ignoring it, like even when Izado is just sort of talking, I'm just sort of I'm looking forward and I'm like humming to myself.
Something tells me that your life paths may be permanently entwined.
You feel that he didn't get it, and maybe if you really speak to him, like try to reach him, maybe he could understand. But for a moment, he didn't seem to grasp the concept.
I grab him by the shoulders. It probably doesn't have any effect on him because he's just like a board.
Oh no, he stopped. At the slightest touch, he stopped. He just stopped. Like a very obedient dog.
You said you would serve me, yes?
Yes.
How are you serving me by disobeying?
I'm protecting the life that brought me back.
Don't you think I would have brought you back for a better purpose?
I don't understand. It's the only thing that I want to do.
Consider protecting the country, protecting me.
Okay.
You don't get it, do you?
And he looks confused. He's not sure. He look at his feet, like the answer would be there. And
Not here. Go with Makonnen. Do what he tells you for now. I will be fine. You waited for me before. You can wait for me again.
You're gonna roll a IQ roll, but you're gonna have a bonus on that. Okay, so the difference in IQ between your character and Hassan is 4. So basically, you're gonna roll your IQ plus 4.
So 17. Here we go. 7, 9. So 6 margin of success.
Well done.
Okay. You think you're gonna need to scream. You're gonna need to scream like when when you want to push a dog away, you know, for him to understand, to
I
finally
grab his
get
head
it.
and I just, while weeping, tell him, please, just stay with McConan.
Stay. And now you see in his eyes like he get it. But where are you going?
To get
You're
help.
gonna be in danger. The darkness, it's everywhere. Don't do this.
You're already making my friend nervous. You must please go. And she's yelling at this point, like she's just like, if you've if you've ever tried to stop a dog from attacking another dog,
Yeah.
it's like that same sad situation where you don't want him to get hurt, but you don't want him to hurt anyone else at the same time.
Yeah.
He's just grabbing him by the head and yelling, "Protecting him will be protecting me."
Okay. And then you see something change in his face, and you let go, and you see him like you see his shoulder like getting down a little bit with a slight touch of sadness.
We'll see.
All right, I will stay. I will stay. Because the light of my life told me to. And he turns his back and he walks slowly towards the camp.
You've done it now.
How do you deal with that? I'm just sort of flustered as I'm like riding away. I'm like, how? He's worse than a child.
She's a cruel mistress.
I don't. Not now, Lathan.
I'm just worried
So-
that he may, well, with you not there, I wonder if he'll be able to be controlled by the others somewhat.
If he thinks it's protecting me, it should be fine. How about you, Sadithi? Have you received any other notice of this?
I have not, but I do not quite understand why this one is so stupid. I do not understand his type at all. I'm sorry.
Oh, I understand him plenty. He is worthless.
If Mira, you'll see that this is the angriest Izato has ever looked at you before.
Harsh words.
Yeah.
You can see, like, her eyes are still teary. There's no such thing as worthless when it comes to life.
So our little merry band
Can I ask
rides
a
away.
question out of character?
Yes.
I must have missed. How did you guys meet this guy? And is he like a lizard?
He is. There was a Krom, which is a desert zombie that we were supposed to get past, and
Yeah,
Izato
I remember being attacked by them.
Yeah.
Izato brought one back to life,
Uh-huh.
and that's a song.
Oh. Okay, see, I missed the end of that battle, so that's why I think it
Yeah,
was
you
going on.
just came to the camp very recently. You didn't have the chance to meet this guy properly and get the shock value at the like what this guy.
I honestly do want to say something back to Izato, like as she's staring at me, and she's like, "Well, there is nothing." You know, she says, "There is nothing worthless about life, and I say, well, I believe that being undead is a curse unfitting.
He was already cursed, and then he was healed. You were there when it happened.
He potentially had no choice in his fate, I'm afraid. So he must make the best of it, right?
Yes, as we all.
So as the silhouette of our merry little band is very far away, we see Hassan just turning to see the life of it, the light of his life one last time, and there is a blood tear in one of his eyes, rolling down his cheek. So much happiness. So 3 days later, you are riding in the desert on your mount, and it's the worst condition you can have in the desert. So you're all wrapped in heavy clothing to protect yourself from the cooking sun. You know, every people in Anoren have experience with the sun. For the Hebahin, a full day in the sunlight will just get itchy, you know. For the typical Minari, on some condition, the skin can receive damage from the sun, like in the form of a sunburn, heavy sunburn. So most of your travel is done by riding and being wrapped in desert clothing that can allows the air to flow but protect you from the rays of the sun. So your little caravan, your little group, is riding for 3 days. When at some point, Saditi, you notice something on the horizon, like two camels coming your way. They are so far away that you can easily, if you want, diverge your trajectory and evade these riders completely. But two guys on camels don't look so menacing too. So what would you like to do, guys?
Well, I'm going to just ride up to them because she's very curious about what they're doing way the heck out here.
Yeah, I would do the same if possible. Like
Okay.
if I see Saditi
Okay.
going off, I would probably follow.
So I would say you nudge a little bit just to meet with these two riders.
Mm.
Okay.
Izato flies up and just follows. Saditi hasn't changed one bit.
I shake my head, muttering to myself, and Lathan will kind of stay in his, his lane, so to speak, and kind of so that he can kind of watch what's going on.
All right. The plan probably for your friend Chennai, Layden, is to maybe follow you, but on the next day or at another opportunity. So this will explain her absence from this voyage, but she's supposed to be to get there, you know.
Alone, without any of us overlooking her? That's not a good idea. But okay.
Okay, probably she could be there, but she will be like very absent-minded.
There will be a library waiting for her. She'll find a way to be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna be there with Parn, her intern, her young intern. It's the only job you have now.
They won't get into any trouble, I'm sure.
All right. And so Izado is leaving our mount to maybe Layden and just take off and into the sky to maybe have a better view of what's going on. Okay. So I will ask ask of you to roll me a perception check based of vision. So if you have any advantage related to vision.
Is this daytime or nighttime?
It's the middle of the day, maybe 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Is it for everyone or just?
Yeah. Everyone roll me a perception check since you're now aware of the
I
situation.
have a success of 8, I think, because acute vision does give me a 3 plus 3, right?
Yeah.
I have acute vision 3. So that's a margin of success of 8.
8. That's awesome.
I have acute hearing, if that's applicable, or is it just a vision roll?
Oh, yeah. You can do by hearing. Yeah.
Okay. So if I have acute hearing 2, I add 2 to my perception.
Okay.
That's it. That's
So my perception is 13. And I have no bonuses, and I got a 12. So that's
12. So you have it by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I failed by 1, so
Fail by 1. Okay.
perhaps I am thinking my mind is on something else at the moment.
Probably Chennai.
Maybe it's the sun
Chennai.
glaring in your face and you're not seeing correctly. Or maybe it's the sweat.
Very uncomfortable.
Okay, so Izado, you're pretty with the position in the air, the aerial position. You have the better side of all this. I'm gonna describe to you the 2 riders and the thing behind them. The first rider is an old man. Yeah, he have a white beard, but it doesn't look like a crumbling old piece of an old crippling. More like a middle-aged man, but very old. He seems to be physically fit. Nothing particular about him, although you can see the handle of a broadsword, of a scimitar, or there is a weapon behind him, but it's like in between bags and it's not ready to be used. You would have to spend several rounds just to unsheath it and be ready with it. But he doesn't seem armed in any way other than that. And you're pretty lucky to have seen the weapon behind. The other rider is a small boy, and he's wrapped in a heavy cloak. And behind them, walking nearby the camels, looks like a lion with wings. And when I say lion, a well-fed, very big and muscular lion with wings, walking slowly, casually behind the boy. So they are both on camels, and yeah, the lion creature turned his head in your direction and have a peek at you into the air.
I wave.
So what are you doing?
I wave at the lion creature first to see if it responds.
Well, he look interested in you, and you see him stretching his wings, preparing himself to go on a flight to maybe join you. But the old man just lifts his hand like this, and you can see his wing fold back and his head go down like in disappointment or like. Grr.
So I mimic the hand of the old man. See if
So the old man just wave at you, and he understands that you can see him far better than he can see you. But he wave at you like in a friendly manner, like hello. So what are you doing? You see Hizado doing some maneuvers into the air.
How close are we to this guy?
or maybe I don't know, 200 yards. Like they are they are far away.
This lion, can I get an idea of like how big, like scale it is, like compared to a person, sort of thing? Like, is it?
At the moment, your character would not be able to see the lion creature.
Oh,
They are all walking, riding in line, and the lion creature is at the back.
okay.
But Isado has a pretty good idea, a pretty good view of this creature, and it looked like, yeah, it looked like it could be a problem.
Hey, Sebastian, I rolled a 5 on my perception roll. Can I hear the
Okay.
lion at all?
Yeah, you can hear a growl, like a low growl of disappointment, like "Rah, rah," like the feline equivalent of "oh shit" or "ah damn."
You're both cats, right?
Yeah. I say to F. Mira next to me that I tell her that I think there is some sort of creature with those people. I do not know if it is safe to approach them.
The first thing I ask is, does it sound like a crumb?
No, it is not one of those ugly beasts.
Oh, good. Well then, I'm sure it won't be that bad.
Well, if you say so, and before she even has time to answer, Sadithi rides off at full speed.
Yeehaw!
I'm not moving very quickly. I'm just sort of like, I let her go ahead. I'm just sort of
Staying with the group.
taking my time. Yeah.
Okay. Does Layden do something special?
Well, does he ever do anything special? No. Since I guess there's no immediate hostility towards us,
No.
I'm assuming that they aren't raiders or bandits. So it's possible that they may even be merchants, or just travelers.
It
Possibly.
looked like it. It looked like it.
Mhm.
They are travelers, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
So-
maybe they could have something to trade.
Exactly, yeah. So, and we haven't heard. I kind of maybe shade the sun from my eyes a little bit and look up into the sky to see if I can get a glimpse of Izado, maybe. And kind of not seeing her immediately give us any kind of alarm. I kind of relax a little bit, and I will closely follow Efmira, and we'll urge our way towards them. And behind
Okay.
Sadithi as well, because she's gone already.
So about a quarter of the distance, you finally see the type of person that they could be, and you begin to have a sense that there is a creature behind them. And at one point, you have a glimpse of a wing, a pair of wings, and then the tail of what looks like a big cat. And then on this lion creature, you see that the face isn't right. It's like a big, deformed human face.
Do we see any signs of any constraints,
No,
rope,
there is
chains,
no rope,
nothing?
no chains, nothing. You see the big distorted face like licking its lips like
I ask if Mira, my lady, have you seen anything such as that before?
I was actually thinking that myself. I don't remember if I have or not. I don't think. I say I don't think so.
Would
I
we?
will not make anyone roll for this because you are all part of this culture, and you know that these creatures are sometimes seen in Anoren, and generally it's a bad idea. It's a bad encounter for anyone in the desert. It is in fact a sphinx,
Oh.
a
It looks.
talking creature from the desert.
It looks like a sphinx.
Are they typically
Shit.
hostile, or?
Yeah, they are man-eaters.
They might eat you for dinner.
And looking this man-eater's creature walking casually behind a simple boy on his camel is very strange to you all.
I will, not that I think it will matter much, but just for his own comfort, Lathan will ready his crossbow, because now I kind of think that perhaps the people in front of this may be captives of it, as
No.
opposed to the other way around.
So you crank your crossbow with the little lever, and you place a bolt into it, and you make sure it's ready.
And in the still calmness, you guys can hear the clicking just kind of echo. It's not quiet. Yeah. So.
Click, 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 click.
I think if we answer a riddle, it will leave us alone. I think. Is that how it goes? I sort of go ahead, like I'm interested in sort of trying to figure this out, but I don't want to, like, I'm not taking any kind of weapon or anything. I'm just sort of like riding ahead, trying to. Now I'm more interested now that I can see that it's sort of a sphinx.
You do possess hidden lores in demon lore and spirit lore. You could use one of those to maybe ask me a question about the Sphinx.
Okay, I wasn't
And
sure.
of course, right after that, I would ask you to maybe check for self-control on your overconfidence
Yeah,
and then curiosity.
Okay,
Yeah.
both.
Can I make a self-control roll as well on curiosity?
Yes.
All right.
Because if it's a talking creature, you must speak to it. You know.
Yeah.
I'll do the. The way I see it, it was more my overconfidence, but it's the same either way.
Okay.
So I'm
roll,
just
roll that one.
Okay, I shit you not. I rolled a 17, so I'm gonna die right now. I'm dead.
So you must speak to the creature. Maybe
I
answer a
must,
riddle.
like,
that
she
it
is
will
so
give you.
curious right now. She's never seen one
they-
before, and she's always heard about him, and she's like, "This is my one opportunity. I'm gonna talk to it even if it kills me."
I just want to, like, from my point of view, like, this is me being really overconfident. So even though it's this giant sphinx, I'm not afraid of it. I'm just like, you know what? Okay, this thing, I'm gonna go see what's up, and that thing is no big deal. I can, like, blow it away. Like, I'm good.
So you're the first to unmount your camel and just walk casually toward them.
I'm on, like, a horse.
I must check this out. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm not afraid of this thing. I'm, like, absolutely glowing with confidence. And I'm really interested to, like, see this thing.
And I guess you're followed by Saditi, who must answer a riddle by this creature. You rolled a 17, right?
That's right. That's right.
You must play a game of intrigue or enigma with this creature. You must. It's an achievement, a lifetime achievement that maybe.
Yes.
This is my
unlocked.
This is my lore roll. They're both at about 12. So.
I'm gonna roll your lore.
That's fine.
Just give me the level. The level of your
they're
skill.
both about 12. Yeah.
12. Okay.
Mhm.
Ask me a question about the Sphinx.
What I would like to know at this point is are the Sphinx in this case is it well, it's obviously intelligent, but I mean, like, would it be if these people are, like, with it, does that mean that, like, is there a way that they might have formed some kind of, like, is there a way, like, they could have communicated with it, or, like, had some kind of deal with it, or something?
Okay.
Is there, like, a bond of some sort of spirit? Maybe they're like a spirit companion to this thing. I don't know, because
Okay.
like a familiar.
From what you know,
Yeah.
from what you know about the Sphinx, there is no mention ever that this creature had the lower hand with human.
Mhm.
Ever. This creature is intelligent, it's knowledgeable, it knows stuff about the nature that the human don't. They possess strange powers. They possess strange knowledge.
So this is like real
In
suspicious.
all the stories you have heard about Sphinx, either the humans get hidden, or there is some pants who succeed at answering one riddle and stay alive just by chance.
Yeah. So
Absolutely. It
if
doesn't make any sense for a Sphinx to be that submissive to basically an old man and his companion.
yeah, I mean, at best they might have solved a riddle, but that doesn't mean it's going to follow their order. You know, I'm kind of confused. I'm like, well, that's a Sphinx. I don't see why. You know, I'm a little doubtful at this point, but I'm still confident. Like I'm not like, yeah, I'm like, okay, and I'm walking over.
Yeah, of course.
Now
You think about this while
Yeah.
walking, you know, casually.
I'm definitely like thinking, okay, something's. Now I'm definitely like she's definitely like, okay, something is wrong here. Like now she's really like confident. She's just like she's confident in the fact that there's something wrong here, and she's gonna do something about it. You know,
Okay, so the old man just stop his camel, and the young boy do the same, and they wave hello basically at you
hello.
like you do in a desert when you meet a guy at random, like hi, and the old man have a smile on his face and say hello, how are you today?
Hello.
Fine.
You are out here awfully far in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, you are right. We are travelers. We are on our way to Mekitosh.
I see. Well, could you please explain to me what exactly? Acting as if I don't know, like I point to the Sphinx. What is that?
Ah, you're talking about Lucius. And you hear a deep voice behind who say, I don't like this name that you have given me, old man. Yeah. He's a little grumpy, but don't mind him. And you see Lucius getting out of his formation and start to look at you guys, and he once again lick his lips, especially when looking at Izado. This is probably the kind of meat you really enjoy. You know, who doesn't like a good chicken with the perfect roast and perfect cooking, and so yeah. But as soon as he make a move like that, the old man just turn around and do a little gesture with his hand, and he just says, "I will not, I will never tell, I will never tell." And just by saying "I will never tell," the Sphinx look down and growl in frustration, like ah, and he returned to his formation behind the boy, like a good a properly dressed dog. But you know that it is not.
Never tell? I'm just sort of never tell what?
Oh, it's this. Do you want me to tell them, Lucius? Ah, go to hell. Well, as it happened several moons ago, our friend Lucius here tried to, of course, ambush us, me and my son, in the desert. And of course, you may have heard about the code of the Sphinx.
I'm just sort of looking at him, confused.
Oh, maybe you don't know about the whole story about Sphinx. Well, very well. I was an adventurer once, and I had to deal with Sphinx at some points in my career. So you see, the Sphinx have a code. They must only mess with the ignorant. They value knowledge. They value knowledge so much that they can ignore their hunger for flesh.
Oh, I've never heard of
They
it.
are guardian. They are guardian of knowledge in this land for before the man was there.
Mhm.
So of course they are always prone to probe the weary traveler, the lost traveler in the desert. And they probe, of course, the traveler with riddles. And if, of course, the traveler can answer the riddles, he will prove to them that he is worthy. And they don't hate people who have precious knowledge to them. But if a person fail to answer a riddle, then he have permission to feast as he wants.
Oh God.
So on this fateful night, you see, he tried to, of course, interrogate me and my son, not knowing that I am indeed a master at riddles and enigmas. So there you go. And since I was so... Oh, man, you don't have to tell the whole story. Lucius, don't interrupt me when I'm speaking. So you see, as he was very hungry this fateful night, he asked us several riddles in a row, trying to maybe how should I say it, bypass or find a loophole in his code. And he looked at Lucius with a accusation, and Lucius, of course, looked like shit. He looked like shy for a little bit.
Mm.
And this grotesque big face, it's exaggerated, like humiliation at the worst. So so he was bombarding us with riddle this night. He was very hungry. So I was answering all these riddles, and suddenly I just asked him a riddle, and he didn't knew the answer. And so since that day, he follows us in hope that one day I will give him the answer.
What is the riddle that you asked?
Oh, this is far too dangerous for me to tell, as you understand.
Why is that?
But
Are you afraid?
no, I'm not. I'm not stupid. If you answer the riddle, you could unleash hell on us. No,
Yes.
and the story doesn't end there, of course. But let's just say that we shared our meal with Lucius that night. I'm not so much for leaving an empty stomach, whatever it is, in the desert. This is the way of the Minari, of course, and the calming wind, and even the old gods in stone. If you refuse to give somebody water, it's as you know, it's very, very bad.
Oh, yes.
So
I
you are
understand.
just planning on keeping him as what, a pet?
No, he's not a pet. He's a traveling companion, and sometime an attraction, if we can use that term. Attraction, very, very funny.
I kind of look at Lucius and kind of look.
Yeah, he's totally free. No ropes, no chains, no, just his code. Maintaining him from total carnage.
The sharp fangs, right? And the
Yeah.
claws.
You look like a powerful beast, like you could rip a camel in two.
And I say, well, What has our friend Lucius been eating lately, since he cannot partake upon the delicacies of you and your friends?
Oh, of course. He turns around and he says to his son, Becaro, show them. And the young boy with a smile and a spring in him, the spring of youth, he just uncover something on his camel, and you can see two small lamb, like meh, uh,
Oh,
like
God.
so cute, like yeah, we're sharing a lamb with our friend Lucius.
Sharing?
Yes, we cook the lamb and we eat the lamb, and we have some jerky also for the. We must travel light, as you know. Crossing the desert is more of a challenge with water and not necessarily food. The camel doing all the work for us.
Have you come upon any other travelers such as ourselves?
No, this road you are on. I'm guessing you are on your way to Brimkeep.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, nobody is foolish enough to cross the desert directly straight from any other city. Maybe Karali or as far as Mimiru, maybe. But yeah, this path it's really empty most of the time. Maybe in winter there is a more it's more busy, but no, you're fine. I didn't saw nothing towards Brimkeep. I think you'll be fine.
I give him a curt bow and I say, "You'll pardon me, but where did you say you were heading again?"
We are heading to Mikitosh. We are heading to Mikitosh. It's a small village. It's 2 days south from here.
You must have family there then.
Well, sadly, I don't have a family anymore, except for my son here. We are not fortunate in the in the relative uh, chapter, you know.
And you will set up there with perhaps raising sheep or camels with Lucius here? Is
Oh
that
no
the
no
plan?
no no! We are travelers. We do this all the time. This time we have some coffee beans and peas to trade, uh, and we'll probably get some cereals. The people of Brimkeep have a shortage of wheat and other cereals. Maybe I'll buy a wagon next time and maybe bring them
Yeah.
several barrels of them and make some bucks, make some coins.
I I would ask him if he has any trinkets.
Trinkets.
That's what she would do. Yes, she would ask him if he has any sort of
Oh.
trinkets or baubles or anything picked up in the desert, anything like that.
He look at you like scratching his head, and his son behind. He pops out of his camel, and he say, "Yeah, yeah, man, me, I have a trinket to trade."
Oh, hooray!
So
I visibly smile.
he removes one of his bracelet. It's a simple string of leather with two stones on it, and he gives it to you. Like, there you
Okay.
go.
Thanks.
I say,
You're welcome.
it
Would you like to
seems
say a magic trick?
Oh, yes, please.
And Lucius go like, "Oh, not again." Ah, yes, my son. He's quite the magician. If you give him a minute, he'll show you his trick.
while we're waiting for his son to get his trick together, I ask the father, I'll say, well, being that you have the eternal services of your friend Lucius here, and I kind of look at Lucius again, and then I kind of
Yeah,
lean towards the father, a little closer, and kind of lower my voice a little bit, and
yeah.
I say, the parts of this creature may be possibly sold for much money.
um, Yeah, he nod at you, but at the same time, he try not to give thoughts to it. Like this is weird.
Are you gonna feed him for the rest of your life? What are you gonna do with him?
Oh, well,
He'll eat you out of house
well,
and home.
I have an idea in mind if that's what you mean, but I'm not telling. This is part of a. We have all our little secrets, you know. So, but don't worry. I'm a retired adventurer. I know. I don't know. I have a plan in mind, and of course, you don't need to worry about my son.
So while that magic trick is going on, Sadithi is going to go around and go straight up to Lucius and try and ask him a question.
Yes. So Lucius is, of course, very pleased to have somebody who wants to speak with him. So you look at you and you see a grin, a large grin on his grotesque face.
So
Hello.
Normally
So
I'd be
she-
doing something, but I'm just sort of examining this bracelet. I'm like, ooh, mm.
she approaches very cautiously because while she's curious, she's also not stupid, and she knows that it is a dangerous creature. But she's overcome with her need to find out what happened to her brother, and
You find the right distance, the safe distance to Lucius when he suddenly do a click with his jaw, like, and you instantly know, okay, this is his range. His range is about 2 yards, so he can probably snap you very quickly under 2 yards.
Okay. So when she gets, she stops and she kind of lowers her head a little bit and begins speaking. I have a very important question that I need your help with, and
Oh, you see his grin go wider, like, yes! Please tell me, little cat.
I have been looking for my brother. He is lost. He was taken, and we do not know where he went, but he's very important to me. I've been searching for him these 2 years, and I've not found anything of him.
So?
So I want to know if you have seen him, and if you know where he can be found.
So Lucius is about to ask you a riddle, and the old man just waved his hand like this and said, "I will not tell, Lucius." Damn you! Damn you, old man! And Lucius like walks in circle, like cursing this old fart. Like, you're killing me here. She looks delicious.
With that, I just sort of pick my head. Oh.
Izado from afar is like holding out a bow at this point, and she doesn't have an arrow cocked on it, but you see her head just shake back and forth. Siddharthi has not changed a bit.
So I turn to the old man and I ask him, is he not allowed to ask riddles while you are here? He is not allowed to give answers either?
Oh, I'm just protecting you, little one. If you miss this riddle, if you miss this answer, I cannot do nothing for you.
And what
And
if I get the answer correct?
I wouldn't like to have you. I wouldn't something bad happening to you.
I
You're
asked
so
him.
young.
I asked him if we were allowed to like collaborate on the riddles. Like if I were to,
Yeah,
would I be able
yeah.
to help?
I think the way their code works is that if you are collaborating with your friend, he will then ask you a riddle.
I am not
This is
afraid
not
of
a
a
good idea.
challenge.
Trust me on this. Trust me on this. You better not mess around with my friend Lucius.
He doesn't seem that bad. I have fought horrible monsters. I do not think that he will best me. Please.
Yes. You listen to this one. She is very brave, not coward like you.
We are fighting an army. I think I can stand up to a giant cat with wings. Not a big deal.
Oh, Lucius go like, ha! Oh, this is great. This is so great.
And we're
Am
able
I
to see
just
the
a
fangs in
big
his mouth.
cat to you? You worthless creature. I know secrets of the universe.
Yes.
And I know secrets of the nature too. I will tell you that.
Oh, please.
Rosado dips down in her wings, and she's feverishly trying to get there, trying to what she thinks to save and sweep up her friends before they get devoured.
I'm not afraid of this thing. I'm gonna give it my best shot.
And the old man, for once, will dismount, and he walked towards Lucius, and he gave him like a straight command, like, "I will never tell Lucius. Come on, go, calm yourself."
Knock this off.
And then he tried to encourage Saditi to maybe rethink about it. Now, young lady, you shouldn't do that. I never saw someone being so eager to speak to a sphinx. You shouldn't do that.
It's because I need the answer. He can give it to me. He is the only one who knows.
I understand, but think about this once. No, let her. Lucius, think about it. If he doesn't know about your question, you will still need to hear him say it, and for that he will ask you to pay him with the riddle. It's insane. You shouldn't do that. I'm trying to save you here. He probably doesn't know about the question. He probably doesn't know.
We don't need your help.
That old man you don't know. Maybe I know all about her and her friend and her brother.
Talking to the old man, she says, "What about you? Have you seen any Tindar brother, any Tindar male in captivity anywhere? Do you know anything?"
In captivity, no, but your race is common. You know, we meet some of you once in a while. I didn't hear about anything. You say your friend is in captivity.
He's my brother, not my friend.
Your brother. Okay, your brother.
He looks like me. He has the gray fur with the orange stripes. He's taller than me, but he also has the special gift to see the dreams. He can interpret dreams just like I can.
If I ever see him, could I tell you your name and maybe you are looking for him or direction or?
Yes, of course.
I'm willing to help you.
Yes, of course you can tell me. You can tell him whatever you like, but I need to find him eventually.
And I hope you will, but asking you, Lucius, is crazy. You shouldn't do that.
But sphinx are very knowledgeable.
Father, can I do my trick now? Bekaru, it's not the time now. Grown-ups are talking here. Just wait a moment, son. Oh, jeez. And you see the old man like he's sweating.
So I made another self-control roll to
Okay.
see if she can keep herself from asking, and she barely made her curiosity.
Okay.
So she's gonna back off.
I'm just sort of standing there pounding my staff, and I'm just like, well, if you won't ask, I will. I will help you find your brother.
That is fine. I will stand here and watch, but I hope you do not get eaten, because I like your pretty face very much.
I'm sure I will be fine. I'm just sort of
The old man turns around and says, is this? I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. You're not willing to risk your life like that.
I have been risking my life since the beginning.
You could die here.
No,
I will not be able to protect you this time.
I won't die here.
If you ask a direct challenge to a sphinx, you don't understand the code. And Lucius behind with his big, giant, grotesque face.
No, but you've explained to me this code. I understand. Yes.
And Lucius just asks you, the female one, ask me a challenge. And you look into your eyes like, ask me for it.
F Mirror, you have nothing to prove here. Think about it.
Yes, think about it. Hear your friend.
So
I actually do. She just thought of a question. I have a question.
wait, before you say anything, Sadithi she does have some compassion, and she's gonna try and pull you back. She doesn't want you risking your life for her.
And I'm like, wait, I just thought of a question, something that would help us.
No, I don't. It is not important. We can find other ways.
No, it is important. Trust me. I have finally. I know what I must ask it. I have an idea.
Ask for a challenge, lady.
Yes,
And
I have.
And you have big wide eyes, and he doesn't blink. Oh, he's so eager for someone to challenge him.
I am just sort of like, I'm really into this, and I sort of like, she's trying to hold me back, but I'm just sort of like forcing my way like back towards the Sphinx, and I'm just, yes, tell me about the mask, and I'm sort of, I want to know about the mask.
Get away! You're being crazy.
Izado
or
is
Leighton
coming
are
down
going to
to
do
Leighton.
something about this.
I'm frantically coming, and I figure Leighton's like holding me back at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Wow.
We need to stop.
What are you planning to do? What does it look like you're planning to do?
Me? It looks like
give me some insight into why I'm holding
it
you
just
back.
looks like I'm desperately like about to jump in front of the way.
Oh, are you wielding your weapon?
I'm not wielding my weapon. Well, I'm brandishing it. Like it's right on my side. You can say I'm grabbing the hilt.
Are you saber rattling right now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Saditi, for just a second, time and space stop. And you see Efmira losing her right arm, being completely devoured by the Sphinx. And just after swallowing her whole arm, while she's splashing blood everywhere on the sand in slow motion, the Sphinx is like, told you! And you're back.
Okay, so when I'm in my trance, Efmira can see me and then see that I'm not there, and she knows about my precognition. And so I tell her what you just said.
Oh.
Okay.
Out of desperation, Izado shouts, "I'll challenge you."
Oh. Such a good idea. So, your cat friend is also a seer. You successfully saw what I was about to do. Interesting. You have the sight
we can still walk away, people. We can still walk away.
Yes, the old man.
I am not walking away until I have an answer.
Yes, I have the sight, but sometimes I do not see very far.
All right. I'm gonna spare you the trouble, old man. You see the hills over there with the three big rocks? I'm gonna fly over there, and whoever wants to challenge me will meet me there for the challenge of the mind, the secrets of the universe, or the feast of a lifetime. And you just take off, and you quickly go away and reach that hill that is half a mile away.
Yes, I will feast on a lifetime! And I just sort of run it towards the Sphinx.
I'm going to follow F. Mira just out of pure decency, I suppose.
And I'm holding up my staff above my head, and I'm just sort of running.
Wait for me!
I finally learned about the mask!
What has gotten into her? I don't understand. This is all.
Even if you're overconfidently powerful,
Yeah.
you know that if you take your mount, you could go faster. You know.
Oh,
to
yeah,
go to this
yeah.
hill.
I mean, I just sort of like whoop around for a bit, and then I just sort of.
And also you ponder for just a second, and you know it's an extra pack of meat. You know it's several 100 pounds of meat, maybe to trade with the Sphinx, or you know camels gets eaten too.
Hmm. I just sort of mount up on my horse, and I just sort of ride towards the.
Okay. Or horses.
Yeah.
Probably
Well,
they are
I eat
delicious.
horse. Yeah. Oh, I don't eat horse meat.
Okay.
I turn to Leighton. We're gonna need her.
And the old man is like, you see, you have pushed him. You have pushed Lucius.
Oh, you have been holding him back this whole time.
You're shouting that while you're walking? While you're waving your hand? With your staff like running away and you're calling back? You've been holding him back!
I'm afraid your friend is lost to me. I cannot control Lucius anymore. What will happen there will happen. I cannot prevent it.
Will he respect her station at all?
Her station? What is that to a Sphinx? If she don't get the answer right to the first riddle he have in mind, he will eat her, and in any way he like.
Now, Izado is desperate. She's thinking of tricks, she's thinking of tactics, she's thinking of chess pieces on a board, and she's trying to figure out ways to position this right. She sees Brimkeep off in the distance. Fortress, the Sicilian defense that she can't get around. She sees information before her and an opening that she's never had before, and a friend who's desperately in danger. She takes up flight, dust picks up behind her, and she goes full speed toward the Sphinx to see if she can replace Efmira.
Oh, God.
Yes.
So I look at Sadithi, and I say, are you planning to run after over to the Sphinx as well and offer yourself as its next course?
I do not want to be eaten, but I must know the answer, and if they are going to go anyway, then I might as well follow.
Yeah, maybe that could be a test to your curiosity. Maybe.
Oh, you want me to roll that?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, let me roll it real quick.
I'll let that decision to you.
Okay. No, I'll roll that one. She makes it. No, she doesn't. Never mind.
She doesn't?
misses it. She missed it by one.
So if your friend gets eaten by devoured by the creature, you want to see it, like? You want to be there?
I do want to be there for the action.
You're curious. Will she ever make it?
She needs to know if it's gonna involve offal and intestines and all sorts of things.
Okay, so you take off. Maybe your vision will come to fruition. Maybe.
And that too. She wants to know if what she saw was really true. That's a better answer.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, so Bikaru just go like, so nobody want to see my trick?
I kneel down. I say, I'm here, little one. You can show me.
Okay. I'm not sure it's appropriate now. It's used to make people laugh, and it's a joyful trick.
Well, that's fine. Perhaps it will be the last pleasurable thing I see, because of
Son,
course I have to follow my companions into the literal jaws of death. So show me.
so while the old man uh, uh, secure the camels and start to make tea with some branches and a teapot, and he's doing this like, oh, I feel we're gonna need to wait for Lucius and your friend to come back from this. I'm so sorry, Mister. I are your friends always like this? I mean, it,
I'm just afraid that this is another example of how our destinies are somewhat kicked down the path by fate at times, regardless of what we may have in mind. Um,
if you can excuse my curiosity, what is it about you were going to do at Brimkeep?
I take a moment to regard him, and I say, being you'll have to understand that being a past adventurer, as you call yourself, and also being somewhat of a merchant, uh, that
Yes.
that there are certain things that must secrets that must be kept even amongst companions
Oh,
on the road.
all right, I see.
Just real.
I was just wondering because your friend seems very eager to learn about knowledge or questioning the Lucius about stuff and
uh, Look at it this way. Perhaps it's best for you and your son's safety that you don't hear the question that that F Mirror will ask.
well, I'm going to offer you tea or coffee if you like. I have some coffee beans and peace if you want to trade or you need some food for to
Um,
finish. You're 2 days from Brimkeep, so maybe you need some supplies.
okay, I give him a bow out of courtesy and thank him, and I say perhaps if any of us are left from our encounter with Lucius, we will be most happy to sample your tea or coffee, my friend.
All right, take
And
care. Take
okay,
care.
and I'll wheel around and then stoically walk, following the others towards our doom.
Okay, the doom. So Izado is the first to arrive at the Three Hills, the Three Rocks Hills, where this epic scene will happen. So the Sphinx, Lucius, is pleasantly uh, um, he's in a sitting position on the biggest rocks, the biggest of the three rocks. And for just a second there, it looks like a natural altar or some kind. It's like it has a sacred, quasi-religious appearance. You know, you could do a celebration here or meditation. It would be a great place for that. It's a great great locale. So I'm guessing Isado's just do a pass of reconnaissance and just land in front of the Sphinx, and we can see a horse, a camel, whatever, coming as fast as they can. You have maybe 1 minute with the Sphinx.
I challenge you.
Oh,
Music
snap.
to my ears.
I know 3 things you do not know. You can answer
And
my riddles.
oh, and I know so much you don't know. it would make your head hurts. Let's see. What would be mostly difficult to you?
And what would be most interesting to you?
Let's go straight to the point. What has a single eyes but cannot see? And he lick his lips.
Say what has single eyes but cannot see?
Yes,
Single eyes?
just a single eyes. Now, GURPS being GURPS, you could ask for a clue based of a skill you probably don't have called enigmas. And since it's a little bit a simulationist game, your character could know stuff that you don't. So I could help if you really need to, but I prefer to go roleplay first, and then you could say one answer, and I could test your enigma default and give you a nod or not. But of course, the roll that I will roll may be bad or successful or not. So
Are we allowed to metagame this?
yes, we can. Just because your character could be a riddle master, and it's like the social thing where you play a bard with a 24 in charisma, and you don't necessarily, as a player, will find the right word every time.
Mm-hmm.
So we can not metagame this, but we can use the game mechanic to help a little bit. If I'm correct, Izado is pretty smart as a person, like a 13 or 14 maybe in IQ.
Yep.
So that's genius level person. So definitely I could we could do this. Of course, if Chepe answer it
I know,
all by
right?
himself,
Yeah.
Are we allowed to help?
all the merits goes to him.
It only has one eye and cannot see.
Are we allowed to help at all?
But
Well,
still-
you have 1 minute. You have 1 minute, and
there are many things that
I
this
would be tempted to leave Chepe answer that one just because your characters are not there.
There are many things that could answer this question.
You could also stall the question a little bit to make you guys give some time for you guys to appear. If Chepe would like to maybe stretch time.
She takes her bird eye and she glances back, probably seeing them off in the distance coming up. Probably seeing
What?
Ethmir staff like being waved frantically in the woods.
Yes. Wait for me!
There are many things that this question could answer. A storm has an eye and cannot see.
Not a storm. Storms don't have eyes. Hurricane does.
Hurricane does.
Be precise,
Be precise.
or suffer the consequences of your ignorance.
You're the one who's ignorant of what I have.
Please, just answer the riddle. Try me. It's been a while since I've tasted the flesh of a Valar.
Really, how does it taste?
It's so delicate. It's not as tasteful as a human, but it has this lightness to it. It's very, very fragile. And the bones, they just snap under your jaw like cookies.
Cookies.
Yeah.
You have quite the metaphor for someone who only pertains themselves to flesh.
I've discovered cookies a long time ago.
What does man taste like? Out of curiosity.
I will tell you after the riddle.
That will not be my question.
He jumped off the rock and he started doing circles around you. And you now can observe the muscular body moving, the muscle moving under his skin. You can estimate the strength of this creature.
Does the riddle merely have to fulfill the requirements that you've stated, or does it have to be the particular thing you have in mind? Is my job to answer the riddle, or to read your mind?
Just answer the riddle and we'll see.
Well, that's not fair if I do not know the actual goal. We cannot play a game if there is not a clear objective.
Fairness is a human construct, little one.
I'm not human, I'm Valar. And every exchange has a rule, even you have a code. So what is the code pertaining to this? I must know, otherwise I cannot answer. You cannot give me a task that is incompletable in order to achieve a goal.
Let's do. We'll do a contest of IQ, since you're trying to trick him and stretch and. So roll me your IQ. I'm going to roll his.
Just watch this be horrible. Here we go. That's not bad, actually. It could have been worse. Okay. I have a margin of success of 5.
5. Okay, for a moment there, you seem pretty confident, and suddenly you look in his eyes, and you see intelligence, very high intelligence, and you suddenly realize that there is something the Sphinx doesn't tell you, and it gives you the impression that you don't have the upper hand in this contest.
There are many things that could answer this. This could be...
Well, give me one good, valid answer then.
The objective, it's a matter of objective, and you have not given me a clear one, so I do not know whether or not I should answer.
Your friends are arriving, so I'm going to count to 3, and you'll give me your answers.
Answers, so you wish them to answer as well?
A flick of my tongue. Just one will do. 1, 2.
Oh, you
And
said
as
it
it,
yourself.
and as it says, 2 is lower portion, is lower body, crouch, and he's going into a jumping. He prepare a jump.
How far away am I at this point?
Oh, you're probably like 15 seconds away.
Okay.
Like you can see that you probably have left your mount and you're running
Yeah.
to reach the hill by foot.
Okay.
At this point, and you see the Sphinx is about to jump on your friend.
Okay. Got it.
You said yourself that a hurricane has one eye and does not see.
Is that your answer? 3.
Is that what you said?
He stopped jumping, and he goes into a reflection mode like, well, I guess you had me on a technicality.
If
So
it's
I'll have to ask another riddle instead.
You're not a very good sphinx if you answer your own riddles.
and your friends arrive at this moment on a draw.
Am I too late? I'm using my staff to just sort of...
Okay, Eflia, roll me your HT 3 times.
Alright, I can do that. So let me do first time. 1, 2, 3. Boop. That is definitely not good. So that
Okay.
first one, you need the margin. Oh, I'm trying to
No, I just need a fail or success this time.
Okay.
It's
That
a
one.
health test.
That one is a failure.
It's a failure.
Clear this. Second one. 1, 2, 3. 8,
It's a
9. That's a
success.
success.
Okay, another one quick.
Doop, doop, doop. Doop. That
Okay,
is
failure.
a failure. Okay. So
Okay,
2 failures.
so you as you arrive above at top of the hill, you have lost 4 fatigue points.
All right.
Have you ever tried to run as fast as you can in the heat of a desert, like at nearly 100 degrees Celsius Fahrenheit,
Yeah, I know.
Like-
how that goes.
like with dry hair and so you're fatigued. You're winded when you
Right.
you arrive.
At 5 points?
4.
4. Okay.
You're losing 4. Yeah.
Okay. I can do that. So noted. Yeah. So I'm looking towards the Sphinx at this point.
Okay. Layden and Saditi, you could do as well a 3 HT roll, but I leave that to your judgment. Is that if you go as fast as you can, I will ask you 3 roll, and you can go as low as 1. You have to win at least 1 roll.
Okay. I'm going to roll, and I made 1 roll only.
Okay. So is it successful?
Yeah, I made 3 rolls, only 1 was successful.
Okay, so you're losing 4 fatigue point as well. So you're really like out of breath, and you're like catching your breath and maybe doing the crouching motion, with hands on your knees like an old man. It's so hot in here, and the running like that, it's not good.
Yes.
And Layden, I'm guessing it will be the wisest one and maybe have 1 roll.
No, I tried.
Okay, you tried to
I tried to
three roll.
go for it, yeah, and I
Okay.
do not believe I made any of them.
You didn't made any of them?
No.
Okay, so you're at 6 fatigue point less.
Okay.
So you're really beat up. Oh man,
Okay.
it must be that old age coming on. At least you're all there.
Is Isato still able to speak while
Yes.
while everyone else is
Yes.
coming up? She turns directly at the creature. She's obviously nervous because you still get the sweat smell from
Yeah.
the feathers and everything that she's done before.
Mm-hmm.
She just looks directly at her with the bird eye directly into the eyes of a cat.
Lucius casually push himself into the air with his wing and just go back to his big rock, like a throne of judgment.
She throws before him. She tries to yell at him.
Yeah.
What came from the ground, sprouted themselves near waters, and then walked around all of Anoren, has seen both life and death, night and day, being swept away by a wind.
Oh, you want to test me now?
Well, you
And
failed to ask
why?
a significant question.
And why should I even answer your stupid little enigma?
Because I know something you do not.
Are you going to do the same thing as that old man?
What if I know a secret of the universe you do not?
that is mostly inconvenient. That's why I'm gonna ask your friend there to challenge me.
Oh, me?
I have the
Hello.
choice, since you don't have the upper hand in this contest. You have came to me to challenge me.
I did challenge you, but you refused to accept my challenge.
Like you refuse to answer directly my question.
And you didn't answer mine.
Correct. We are as smart.
This is ridiculous. I just want to ask him.
Well, go ahead, ask me.
All right. I was wondering if you knew anything about the Grey Wanderer's mask. I have been trying to do research on it for a long time, and if anyone were to know anything about it, it would be the super knowledgeable Sphinx. You must know.
I am as light as feather, yet the strongest man cannot hold me for more than a few moments. What I am, what am I? And he looks at you, F. Mila. It's been a while since I've tasted the flesh of a magic user.
I sort of play with my hand through the sort of...
It's so fizzy on the tongue. It's like drinking, what do they call it? This bubbly beverage the human makes with grapes.
I would guess the air.
The Minari also have a peaty taste to it, like a good whiskey.
Hello.
Sorry, I was reminiscing of a legendary feast. I
say the air. You see, you cannot hold it for long.
Blast you! Correct answer.
Oh!
You get your information.
Oh! I have done it! Don't you see, Sado? I have done it! I sort of wave my staff in victory.
Well, don't get too excited too soon. You want to know about this mask?
Yes, I do. I must know. It is the only way we would be able to defeat him. Maybe if I can find a weakness.
Of course.
I have studied this mask for a long time.
I will say something that you need to hear about the mask of the Grey Wanderer. A powerful mage he was when he created that mask. But he was also very, very intelligent. You see, this mask is not made of stone.
But it isn't?
No. It is made from the same violet, deep purple, crystalline stone. The same stone that you can find in Brimkeep. It is a stone of magical property.
Magic stone.
My eyes
just light up with glee.
He just then use all his magical strength and his assistant in a long ritual, I can imagine, to cast a permanent illusion, to give this mask the appearance of useless stone. But this magical, quartz-like stone is very powerful.
Mhm.
It is the door to another world, where a creature awaits and give its command to the person wearing it.
Oh.
I lean towards Izado and kind of whisper, and I say, I nudge her, and I say, I've seen that look of madness and greed in many of the eye of a merchant right before their downfall. What is this obsession with the mask?
Uh, we were among the ones to have brought in the Grey Wanderer's mask to begin with. She turns at City and looks at Efmira. All of us have dealt with it. Efmira has been obsessed with dealing with this magic ever since. It is powerful, and it possesses those around him. Do you not remember when we
Yes.
were alarmed, when we were... Oh, what crap was that place? At the Overwatch.
But I still had no idea that it had such a hold upon her.
Thank you, I say to the Sims. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And I'm guessing that you are going to Brimkeep. It's very interesting. People in Brimkeep, people of the highest order, of the Obsidian Order, are kind of used to deal with these kind of stones. Maybe you could learn something
That is
about that
exactly.
stuff.
That is
Or
exactly.
maybe they won't let you in because you're an alien, you're a stranger. Maybe you would need to know how to enter and gain their confidence, their trust.
That is what
No,
I wanted from you.
no, I am fine. I know now what I need to know. Thank you.
You are wise.
I sort of grin, and I run. I move down the hill trying to find my horse.
Okay. It is waiting patiently there,
Mm.
a bit nervous by the presence of a full-fledged sphinx nearby.
Sort of.
Yeah, your mounts are not comfortable with this, we'll say, uber predator.
Perhaps, Lucius, you are losing your touch. Maybe you should retire from the business of being a self-proclaimed riddle master.
Oh, this is just a little setback.
Lucius.
Patience is a true virtue.
Lucius, you said you have a secret about Brimkeep.
Of course, there is many secrets about Brimkeep. Interesting place, that place.
No!
We need a secret to get in. We need a secret to convince them to help. We have one secret, two, three even. Three that not even he knows. And she keeps trying to taunt that fact in front of him, and she has a huge smile whenever she does.
And you're not even aware of what you're asking. Are you asking a trade?
A riddle for a riddle?
Yeah, an information for an information. This is against the code.
You broke it already.
As you did. You are smart, but don't think for 1 second that you are all-knowing. That's pretentious.
As soon as she says that, as soon as Lucius says that, she feels a slight burn on the side of her arms. And she being caked in the sun because she she was flying so fast that some of her garments got cut up, so it went over her shoulder, and so the burning singe of the sun is now on her flesh, and it hurts along with the sting of those words as if it burns into her very soul. She knows very well that she does not know everything. I don't.
I'll tell you what we are going to do. Now, it's not my first riddle battle, of course. But I cannot take the life nor share knowledge with no living soul unless they answer a riddle from me. That is the way. You want to trade information? Answer that one. There are two sisters. One give birth to the other, and she in turn give birth to the first. Who are these two sisters?
That's a good one.
Well, it's one of the basic one we teach to our young men, you know.
Again, she's thinking about the answer with the hurricane because it's like, is this actually a straightforward riddle, or is this merely a hint of trying to read his mind again, asking something that could have multiple answers to it?
Yeah.
Roll an IQ just to get a hint, just in case.
Okay. I'm gonna roll it for you.
All right.
And I'm gonna either give you a total bullshit tip or a good one.
Shall see.
Okay. You begin to think that maybe the two sisters are referring to a cycle of some kind. One sister giving birth to the other. Maybe she's talking. He's asking about a kind of a cycle.
Can I roll on history and Anoren if sisters are being referred to any celestial bodies?
What is your skill in
My history is pretty good. My history is of Anoren is 11.
Okay. Well, the biggest sister in history of Anoren is, of course, Sister Ocean, one of the divinity in one of the deity in the old gods in stone. But there is also sometime also the night can be called a sister.
All right. She's just gonna say it. Cycle of day and night.
Blast it! Blast it! I thought I had you here. All right. The code is the code.
Izato's eyes are moving back and forth. She was overthinking things again.
So let's trade. One information for another. Give it to me.
But you have to answer my riddle. Information
What
cannot be
is
given
it?
without a riddle. I answered yours.
What is it
My
again?
information.
Say your riddle again.
All right. What came up from the ground, rested by waters for some time, and then moved about Anoren? A scene both the darkest of darks and the brightest of the mid-noon sun, night and day, life and death, being carried away by a wind. What is it that I know that you do not? That is a secret of Anoren.
It is. So, obviously, the creature is smarter than me. So I'm gonna roll its IQ.
Alright.
And that is a critical failure. And I'm saying it out loud because it became apparent quickly that bugs him like crazy, like, I cannot put my finger on it. I want to say it, but no, I'm not sure. Ah,
It is a hard riddle. It is one that is a secret of Anoren. One that has not been
Lucius,
revealed until recently.
Lucius takes out one of his claws, which happen to be like at least 3 inches long, razor sharp, and he just plant it in his other foot, like trying to motivate himself to answer the question. He's damaging himself, calling himself stupid. You know, he's like, come on, it's obvious, it's so obvious. Why now? And after a while, he just sighed and like, right. What do you want to know?
Well, what secrets, since I suppose I get more than just one, considering you can answer my secret, which I'm not going to tell you, by the way.
I'm starting to think that I have spent time with human for too long.
She stops laying hold of her falchion because she was grabbing onto it for dear life the entire time.
You feel pretty confident after his demonstration
Mhm.
of self-injury that he will not attack you. And Esmira is probably off limit too.
Great, that's 2 people. What secrets of Brimkeep must I use in order to both get in and convince them to help in the defeat of the Grey Wanderer? There are many secrets of Brimkeep, as you say. Certainly there is information that is pertinent.
So Lucius this time just rest himself fully on the ground like a big cat, a big lazy cat. He just lost, so might as well get comfortable. So he just stretch on the ground, but his great grotesque face still face you. But his big lazy cat body just go limp a little bit, and yeah. And also he chose a nice shady spot, you know, to do this since it's so sunny. All right. You need to see the Council of the Luminaries in Brimkeep.
What secret may I use of theirs that would convince them, and would convince them to let me in?
Well, if you want to get their attentions, you can mention the mask of the Grey Wanderer, but they will not recognize that name. They will recognize the original name. I guess to have a meeting with the Council of Luminaries, it will be a pretty easy thing to do. But once you are in front of them, you will mention the mask of Jolobwe.
Mask of Jorogwe.
Jolobwe.
Joel.
It is an old Ebahin name. That was the name of the Grey Wanderer. And as you know, names have power.
He said it was an old Ebony name?
Yeah.
Have I heard of this?
Maybe it's a first name that was common at a certain time. Maybe it comes back. Sometimes Ebahin name will sound like this. It's a typical Ebahin first name. It sounds maybe a little bit old, but that could be the name of a grandfather or an ancestor. Or, rarely a young, but can happen. You know?
Okay.
If you mention this name, you will get their full attention. They know this sorcerer. I guess you want to know why. Because he is the sorcerer who found the brim. He found the artifact now known as the Edge of the World, made out of the same material. And he used it to create his mask 2,000 years ago.
Seems that is the fourth secret that has been given to me as of late.
Well, you did screw me over your stupid riddle.
No, it was a riddle, and it is of quite significance.
Don't mention it.
Don't want to know?
Yes, I do. And probably if I take a couple of weeks, I may figure it out.
You may. If you head your way down to some of the caravans between the north and the south, then you ask a few of the trade caravans that are leading down to the army, you may just get your answer. It just depends on how much you're dying to know.
I'm starting to get used to smart human who thinks who can have the better hand in this. But these humans tend to forget what the Sphinx are capable of and how long we are living. I have great amount of patience, and we may see each other again, winged woman.
She takes a bow. Very well, Lucius.
Send my farewell to the old fart and his son. They were amusing.
Are you going to make your way to find your answer? I told you how to solve the riddle.
Oh no. I'm just gonna go with other Sphinx and chill out. And maybe have a conversation with your dear prophet. Any takeoff. So you are finally alone on the top of this hill. And probably a little bit better knowing that Lucius is far away now. So what are you planning to do at this point?
Yes, now what?
Now what?
Nathan, do you wish to give Lucius's regards to his companions?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Lucius wished us to bid his companions farewell.
Sure, I suppose that's fitting. And now we seem to have a little more, as it were, ammunition under our belt to ensure our the probability of our cause, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
We
All
have
right,
the
very well.
means in.
Well, I think we owe our impromptu host a few minutes of tea and coffee, so that's the least that we can do, I think.
Indeed. She turns over at Sidisi.
What do you want?
I know you're sad.
What?
And she looks at you. She's like, you can tell that her eyes are crying. I know you wanted to know about your brother.
Yes, I did not find out about him. And you can tell she just is very downcast. Stooped shoulders, and her body just seems kind of limp.
Must be that Tindar natural laziness. No, I'm kidding.
Could be, could be.
Could be.
Looks,
No, she's probably super sad.
It is probably better. I'm not good at these riddles. I probably would have gotten my arm eaten off. Or worse. Yes, worse.
So, what are you planning to do next? Rejoin the old man?
Mm-hmm. And then probably head out to Brimkeep. That would be my
Okay.
plan.
So as you return where the old man was, you find quickly that they are gone. They just left, and yeah, you took some time, and they're probably miles away. So after a few moments, just to see if you didn't miss the the right dune, or after a few moments, you decide to just probably continue your road, and yeah.
I actually wanted to say something to Sadithi. I say to her, I say, you said that you saw in a vision that my arm, and I hold out my arm, would get bitten off, and I'm sort of waggling it, like waving it around. See? It is still attached to me.
Yes, for now. And she lunges at you, but she doesn't actually bite you.
Right. And I point my finger out. You must learn. See? The future is not written in stone. It is like sand. It shifts and it changes.
Yes, like sand, it blows, and she picks up a cup of sand in her hand and blows it in your face.
Well, that was uneventful. So our group, our band of adventurers continue on their journey, and 2 days later, in the heat shifting horizon, you finally see what looks like a vast city nested between two hills. And Brimkeep's silhouette is very different from Carolee. It's open ground. It's surrounded by hills, and it gives you the impression of a big scarab, like a fortified place, but still very vast and wide. But still, these walls have a red-orange quality to it that give the impression of a big bug. And you can see 6 high towers shaped like obelisks with symbols on them, and they are dominating the city. But apart from that, the wall seems very high, And since the city was built practically at the center of nothing, it was a great effort have been made to make this place really hard to take. And half an hour later, you find yourself before a large doorless gate with a single sentry in front of it, blocking your passage. And it's just one man, but it's a man of a type you have never seen before. It appears to be a stone man, but his skin is very different from anything you have seen before. He seems made out of polished obsidian. He's very black, like black as night kind of color, with tiny veins of gold, almost giving him a shiny look, like he's very polished. And usually, stone men are very, very rough looking, like granite or rough stone. But this guy is like smooth and silk, smooth as silk, and he just stands before you with a spear and a shield, and the shield seem planted into the ground, and that whole position, that whole silhouette gave him a fearsome look, but it doesn't move. You stop just in front of him and it doesn't flinch. And behind him is it's like you could run around him and just enter the city. There's no door, and there's no sign of any hidden door to. It's like just a corridor, and that makes no sense to you. Nearly all cities that are fortified have thick walls and then bigger doors to protect the city, but you don't see any door. You don't see any protection, any obstacles to preventing you from entering the city just like that.
Are there any travelers that are entering ahead of us, or are we the only ones at this time?
You are the only one, and this is strange. The city is big, like it's not Carolee. It's maybe half of Carolee, but normally you would have traffic, people coming out and in, but you're the only one.
You said there's like a gate, but there's like no door?
No door, exactly.
Do I notice any like symbols or anything like written?
No.
On the gate?
It looks very functional. It looks very ordinary. It's a high size door. You could probably it's like a five times your height, and it's very wide, but no door. An army could just enter and take the city,
Well, I turn to this person in front of the door and I ask him, well, there doesn't seem to be anything blocking the way. May we enter? I ask permission to him.
The sentry just look at you and says, by everything that is true, state your intentions.
I turn toward...
And at this moment, could you roll me a
okay.
IQ roll?
Sure. I can do that. Choose 13, so let's hope for the best. That is 6, 5, 11, so that should be good enough, yes.
Okay. You felt something magical when he finished his sentence. You felt like an effect.
Are you trying to enchant me, sir? I would tell you this. I am a mage. I have a very strong mind. I have honed it to perfection. I have had enough people looking inside my head to know that...
By everything that is true, state your intention, traveler. Oh. And he could not be less impressed.
Fine then. We are here to speak to the what was it again? I look towards Izaro. Who are we going to speak to again?
Whispers Council of Lumine.
The
Council of
count.
Luminaries.
The council. Yes, them.
Hey, don't forget to mention the name.
What name? I didn't. Like, she didn't get a name.
Jalum Boboy? Jalum Boy?
Yes, I repeat I repeat what Izado was telling me to say. Yes.
Oh, he then turned to Izado and he repeat the same thing. By everything that is true, state your intention as well.
I am with her.
And you
Hearing
feel
to-
again this magical effect, like a ripple in a pond.
She turns over at, like, she glances back at Lathan. She's like, I wish you would have done most of the talking.
I think it's less our words as is what is in our hearts and minds that matters here, my friend.
We are here to see the Council of Luminaries about the mask and the person that is Jalumbwe. Or I'm going to butcher that name, but
And he turns then to Layden and he repeats that. By everything that is true, state your intentions.
And
And
I say,
again, this magical effect. It's like electricity in your fingers. It's like a small static shock. Like, bzz.
and I respond that I am here to speak to the Council of Luminaries.
And he does the same thing to Sadity. By everything that is true, state
I'm
your
here.
intention.
I'm here to look for my brother. I do not care for the council one bit.
And he nod his head like sideways a little bit, like this was different and awfully true. So the sentry just move a few steps to allow you to pass with your mount and your camels. You may dismount if you like, or stay on them, whatever. As you pass, the sentry just mentioned something to you. Be warned, travelers. For anyone found nearer than 10 paces of the Brimkeep will have his throat slit by decree of the Obsidian Order. Enter now at your own will in the city.
I sort of dismount and I start stepping carefully.
You, and he points at you, is that Efmira.
Hmm?
Can I see your voucher, please?
Were we supposed to, I look towards I shoot like a sharp yell towards Izado, and were we supposed to get a passport vouchers? I'm looking towards the sentry now. I'm like,
You are a magic user. When I cast my spell, you flinched.
oh well, it was a reflex. I apologize.
You have to show me your vouchers if you want to enter the city or even breathe in my presence. Show me your voucher.
I sort of, as a joke, I sort of hold my breath for a second, and then I just.
Okay, I see. You will accompany me to the luminary. You must speak to them before doing anything stupid in this circumstance. Follow me.
That's fair. That was my goal anyway. And I'm just like, okay, what's... And I follow her.
And no spell casting. If you even pronounce a formula, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh,
Is that clear?
But I don't, and I'm trying to explain. No, I dance. You see, okay, and I follow.
All right, we have an understanding. You don't need to fear me, but I must be very clear. You must know about the laws of magic in Brimkeep before doing anything stupid.
Oh, I understand. I would not want to disrespect your laws. No.
All right. So you proceed to enter, and since this little incident here with with Efmira, the sentry just leave his post and he just show you the way to the Council of Luminaries, like straight up, like follow me. And strangely enough, the city looks empty. It's a big city, and there's no one in sight. And everything around you looks not familiar. You look. It's look like to you. It's like you're in another kingdom, another land, another country. You don't recognize the street. There is no signs that could indicate a shop, an inn, a tavern, whatever. There's no signs. It's very signless. The city is without indication. And more strange, there don't seem to be any doors or any locks on the windows. Everything is open. Who would live in a city like this with no doors and no windows, locks, and everything is open?
Very suspicious.
Very suspicious. It's so alien to you. And as you follow the sentry, there is no public space in the city. It's a city made out of spaces between buildings. They're not even streets sometimes. It's just stairways and alley, but there is no huge space. Everything is crammed together, and it gives the illusion of being into a labyrinth at some point, since there is no space wide enough to have this this relaxed state of I can breathe now. No, you're constantly under 6-story building made out of bricks and rocks and stone. Everything is dark orange and red. It's so weird. And then you enter this big cube with a big wide opening in front of it, and now you see people coming out of this this place, but again, not so much people, not many people, just a few.
Are they curious to see us? Do they react to us at all?
Not really. And you see plenty of different people. You see Stoneman, Hebahin, Minari. You see Valar. You see a dwarf.
Do they appear to be acting fairly natural? You know,
Yes.
or yes, okay, they aren't walking like they're under any kind of enchantment or anything, or
No.
Okay.
No. The only thing strange you see maybe is a little art pinching. You see two lizard men washing the floor, and they have these collar made out of steel, and they do their work, and at some point there is a human near them who go like and he just click the chain to give them a command, and they start to work faster. So those two lizard men don't seem more like property than free beings. But apart from that, everything seems to be fairly normal, just slightly off. You don't have the feeling to be in Anoren, you know? It's different. Yeah, there's something different. So you enter... yeah?
I was just saying that I don't like it, definitely.
So Chepe was asking, do I need to segue to Web Center? No, I'm fine. Do you have still like 5 minutes, Chepe? Yeah, okay, 5 minutes is good. So you're entering this spherical room that looks more like a federal court of justice, with a big high chair, but one level above you. You know, you feel like you feel like in Superman 1 when the when General Zod is being judged by the Kryptonians. These big presents, and these person are in white robes, and their voices are like thundering in the sphere, like they sound more impressive than they probably are. So so after it looked like they just finished a business talking to this 6'1.5" man with a metal mask in his face, surrounded by other sentry with the dark polish skin, and they just finished a business there, and they just leave, and they pass next to you, and the guy with the metal mask leave an impression on you, like, this guy must be dangerous. The way he walk, the way he's commanding, he must be like maybe a military official, maybe something very important. And you have this spear like made out of gold, and really like, wow, this guy is something. Like, you don't see that everywhere. So the sentry just presents you to the council, and you're asked to go in the center of the room, and you hear your footsteps clicking and making an echo in the chamber. So the council stay silent, and they are waiting to hear from you.
Hello! It just sort of echoes.
Hello, hello, hello.
And I'm sort of looking around as I hear the noise, because that's very strange to me, because I've only really seen it in caves, so I'm sort of intrigued by that. And I sort of look up towards the council and I say, I am here on official business. We require your aid. This man with a mask is attempting to disrupt the kingdom. We require your help to stop him. And I repeat the name of the man that I have just learned is the true name of the Grey Wanderer. I'm going to attempt to pronounce it, but I do speak it clearly. And I say to them,
make a public speaking check, but at -3.
all right, I can do that. Let me figure out what that is first. So -3 would be skill, homework, speaking. That would be at 10. Okay, 10. So that's 7. Ooh, yes.
9
Okay.
by 1. All right. So one of them just speak loudly, without effort. Just come closer. You said something about a man in a mask. Start from the beginning.
All right, I shall. And I tell him, essentially,
The story.
the story. Yes. Well, we were sent to. I went in the cave. We beat him up.
The
took
cave,
mask,
Blackway.
Yeah. Sandstorm everywhere. Got all that. We tell him the story. The Black Ways. Yes, we tell him that story. I tell him basically like my journey, from my perspective, of course. Like.
Yeah. Izado, Leighton, and Saditi, while Ephmira is gesturing, retelling her stories, you can see that these guys don't react well to expressive people. But the words of Ephmira hits target, and they pay attention. But they don't seem to like overconfident people, full of themselves and too much sure about it, and they're always on the verge of asking her to leave, but she's gripping. Her story is gripping, And once she's finished, the council man who is there. Is there anything you would like to add? Maybe your companions would like to add something.
Oh yes. I turn towards Izato and I just allow you to speak.
Zato will whisper to Lathan real quick and basically say something along the lines of "back me up," and to tell them of what happened at the watering hole. And she said she'll basically humble herself down, try to basically get in a begging position,
Okay.
and ask desperately for her help. She'll tell that that being flanked from their army from behind would be enough to once and for all to put the end for the Savarian dynasty. The Queen is in travesty. This is needed to keep the land at peace, similar to how the Sandstone Prophet would want us to be at peace within ourselves.
Okay, roll the diplomacy. I would give you +2 because of Efmira. Great speech.
Because Amira's arousing.
She did explain very well what's going on.
Mhm.
So
And
okay,
all
all right.
all that arm waving and everything, and just
Yeah, she's obnoxious, but
I'm good at
she-
getting
she-
people pumped.
Yeah, you got to the point.
I would try to make my motivations like sincerely religious, because they are, and I would express to them that this is a matter that was so grave that I had to end my quest, or temporarily postpone my quest of dealing with the Basilisk's lullaby in order to do so. Make mention of that as well.
Okay.
7, 8 under. Diplomacy, which is 11, so that's 3. Second. Diplomacy is 12, so it's success of 4.
Okay. So the councilman raised to his feet slowly, and we have heard you, traveler from far away, and of course we will help the capital. It is our duty to do that.
Oh, thank you very much.
It is still our queen, and we must do it. Although we cannot send our full army, because our army have already a very important mission, a mission that is going on for thousands of years. We can send a force with you back to the capital to help. We will gladly do this. Then the councilman points towards Layton, and he says, "Seize that man." And guards throw themselves at you, Layton, grabbing your wrist and your neck. and the councilman says, "Remove him from the room." And like a I don't know, a criminal or something who did something wrong, they remove you from the room unless you.
I stamp my staff down on the ground, and I'm just like, "What is the meaning of this?"
Oh, he just had due to the other, and grab her too. Remove her from the room, please.
What? I just sort of.
And then
I put my
points-
hands up like I surrender. I'm like, no, don't
And
hurt
then
me.
he points to Sariti, and he removes his hood, revealing a Tindar, the feature of a Tindar. And he says to Sariti, "I have searched for you for so long, sister."
I do not believe my eyes. And she falls to her knees, and she's just in awe. And
The
she's
session
like
will be
rubbing-
in recess. I have personal matter to attend to. Now remove these two out of my way. I have heard about them. Criminals.
So Sudithi regains her feet, and she runs up to you, and she jumps and grabs you in a massive hug,
Yes, and he does the same, and he's shaking a little bit, and yeah, basically our story end here for tonight on this surprising twist of turn of
Bum,
events.
bum.
How did that happen?
Seize them! Sure will help. Seize them! Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna stop the diffusion. I don't know what you call this. Yeah,
Hang out.
Live stream.
yeah, live stream. I was looking for a French word for it, but it's alright.
End of
Thanks
late.
for watching. We had one viewer who watched pretty much the whole game, so
Oh,
see
nice.
you. Yeah. So see you next time for part 12.